Hello natives. So in today's video we're going to talk about realigning with the self, and if you know me you will know that I am all about the self. Welcome. Hello natives. If this is your first time joining me, hi, how are you? Please do the right thing, like, subscribe, yes. And if you're returning, today we're going to be talking about 3 tips for you to realign with the self. Guys, we all know that I do value the self, and I think for you to achieve anything, it needs to start here. Ne? Guys, these are tips for you to be more loyal to you. Ne? So in today's videos I want to give you 3 tips that I've used to grow in the past year. So number 1, I'm jumping right in. Okay guys, let's just appreciate the hair first. Yes, natural hair things. My hair looks so good today. It's dirty but it's good. But yes, realigning with the self, for me it was a very important topic to start the year off with, because at the end of last year I tried to decrease a couple of habits. So essentially the habits I'm going to talk about today is, the first one was my cell phone. I realized that my cell phone carried a lot of emotions. When my cell phone dies, especially during the day, I don't know what to do with myself. And slowly but surely I am working through that, because when I get home I don't even know where my phone is. I let it die, I'll charge it later, right before I go to bed. But it has become a thing where I felt like my cell phone carried a lot of emotions. Me going through social media left me with emotions, whether it was reading a message from a friend or going through Facebook posts. I took on emotions that were unnecessary for that time of day. So before I start to wind down, 2 hours, around 6 o'clock, I don't know where my phone is. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You'll not get a hold of me around that time. Maybe I'll respond, maybe not. Disclaimer. But yes, so it was one of those things for me that I felt like letting go of my cell phone was imperative to my growth. And I realized that it disturbed my sleeping patterns. The earlier I slept, the more time I would get to sleep, but the more time I would get to dream. And I felt like I cannot stress the importance of dreams, especially in this African spirituality series. Your dreams, not only from a psychological point of view but also from an African spirituality point of view, your dreams were very important. These are communications within the self, but also communications when you are dreaming, when you're a dreamer. I don't know how to say it, but like when you are gifted, your dreams were essentially that portal where nihlala pants and you're planning how you're gonna win the lotto type situation. So I found that dreams are very important, and I think this will be a completely different topic. But I found that the emotional state I was in before going to bed dictated how I would sleep, how much REM sleep I would have, and how much deep sleep I would have. So yes, number 1 would be your cell phones. Leave it on the charger. Don't even let it sleep near you. There's a reason why the cable is so short. Leave it on the charger, set your alarm, and invest in the beauty sleep. Guys, like beauty sleep. This is beauty sleep. My hair sleeps. Look at it. My goals. Oh guys, yes, I have my notebook. But yes, number 2, dedicate time to yourself. So I chose those times, so the time right before I fall asleep and the time before I wake up. So after I do my praying, I would take time to just meditate and just be with myself. So this is me reflecting on, before I go to bed, reflecting on goals I have achieved in the day, goals I want to achieve the next days or the coming times. So me looking ahead right before sleep, I found helped me sleep so much better, and I woke up in a much better mood. So that was one thing. And then when I woke up again, it's going into whatever you do, don't go, your cell phone is not your friend. Not your friend. You don't look at it first in the morning. First in the morning, whether you pray, whether you meditate, but the first thing in the morning, I spent it with myself. Time in the morning I spent with myself. Just think about the day. Think about what I want my day to be like. So I visualize and think about, I almost will myself to feel a certain way and how the day is gonna go. And I found that bar the things that I could not control, I could control how I was going into the day. That was one thing for me, is that I got a nice kickstart into my day and I felt in control and I knew exactly what I was wanting or expecting from that day. And a lot of the time I got it back. Guys, put it into the universe. The universe listens to you. Tell it. Try tell it. So for number 3, I am a firm believer of Trinity and things that come in 3. So, and like men, we come in 3. It's the body, it's the mind, and it's the soul or the spirit. And the 3 are intertwined and can never be separated. And what you feed these affects each and every system. What you feed the body, so the food you eat, will affect your spirit, and it will affect your mind and how your mind works. So take care of all 3 systems, and I promise you will be living your best self. Okay, so let's start with the mind. What you feed the mind. Ironically, I am for social media, but I'm not for social media. And let me tell you why. Because the things you follow on social media are the things that you are feeding your mind. So the people you follow, the things you are tagged in and follow up on, the videos you watch on Facebook, all of those things are feeding your mind. And what feeds your mind grows your mind in that certain way. So I'm one that says, careful what you feed your mind, because tomorrow, that is all you'll be thinking about. This is why I go back to press the point number 1. Your cell phone before going to bed. My goodness. Oh, yes. By the way, I wrote things down this time, not off of the top of my head. So yes, careful what you feed your mind, right? And for me, this also related to the company I keep. So this is friends, this is the company I keep. I have learned to filter. I tend to associate myself with people who have similar goals and who want similar things out of life. And I found that this has worked for me, because I didn't have to try, when I'm sitting with people, try filter out the negativity they try feed me. So when I've aligned myself with the people that have similar goals and are on a similar path, I found that they grew me, or grew what I was trying to feed in my head. So yes, take a page out of my book. Maybe not, but yes, I love that show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That saying has some weight to it, because the friends you kept are the friends have similar characteristics. So you know what I love about me? I work from both psychology and life coaching, and I also take from what I've learned from African spirituality. And I found this in both ways, is that I tend to attract people spiritually. I tend to attract people that have a similar spiritual background and are on a similar spiritual path. And psychologically, I also now tend to attract people who have the same line of thinking, and tend to avoid, even if these people were my friends, I'm starting to now move away from those friends who now don't share these ideas. So I'm not saying a person stops being my friend, but I'm just saying the amount of time I spend with them has decreased significantly. It is what it is. So yes, this is me feeding my mind what I feel like my mind needs to be fed. Okay, so and then the third thing would be the spirit. So this one has been a hard one for me because I haven't been able to say out loud that I am not Christian. I just said it. I'm not Christian. I'm not religious. I don't believe in one particular God. I know there's a God. I believe in a God. And I feed my spirit through prayer. I feed my spirit through meditation. I feed my spirit through being with nature. And those are the things that feed my spirit and revive me. And the more I do in every part of me, being the mind, the body, and the spirit, the more alive I'm starting to feel. The one part I would like to improve on is I'd like to go back to running, because that gave me a lot more me time. It gave me a lot more time with nature, and it gave me more time with the self. So guys, like, mind, body, and spirit, work on those things, you will have gold. So add on the fact that you'll be sleeping more because your phone will be over there. Ha! Child! Ha! Like, they won't be able to find you. Okay, oh, that sounds wrong. But yes, for me, it's those three things. Just be very cautious about what you feed these three entities. I don't know why I make notes, because I find it difficult to read from them. I'm going to give you a bonus tip, and this is also linked to feed your mind. It's learning to let go. If you notice, I made a comment about friends earlier on, that it has come to a point where there are friends that I don't spend as much time with. I'm starting to realize that letting go, whether it's of negative emotions, negative past experiences, or letting go of particular people that you've always had in your life that don't bring light, that don't bring healing, that don't bring love in your life. Don't be afraid to let it go. I've heard that people saying it's 20 plenty, and if you're going to reign true to that, don't keep things in your life just to have plenty. Don't keep things that don't serve you in your life just to have plenty. Understand that everything in your life needs to serve you. It needs to grow you, it needs to love you, it needs to understand. So the things that you keep close, these need to grow you. On the outside, not everyone's gonna like you, not everybody's gonna groom you, not everybody's gonna care if you're a millionaire, not everybody, you know what? But in this space of being you, this mind, this body, and this spirit, that should serve you. So let's start off 20 plenty on a bang. Yes. Oh guys, my hair is so awesome. My god, it's so awesome. Thank you so much for bearing with me. And yeah, today is just one of those days. Thank you so much, Naties, for joining me, and thank you for choosing to be with me on this journey. I will grow and I will flourish. It is 20 plenty, and watch the space, guys, watch the space. Until next time, with love.